Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Sorry I'm late. Apologies. So I said we can go for like 30 minutes and hopefully I'll be able to get through everything. If not, que sera, sera. It is what it is. It won't be the end of the world. Now, will it? Hopefully everyone is having a great day. You had a great morning. Let's get started. I know there's a few people live. At least one of my folks is live, so I'm not really expecting, excuse me, too much of anybody to come in. You guys can catch the replay if you're feeling froggy. Okay. So we're going to be doing, this is this is episode 5 of my in real life series. We're going to be talking about benefit of the doubts. So let's get started. This is the last episode. So I guess you could say something like a series finale. Also, FYI, you're going to be hearing me eating. So apologies for that. But that is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be because mama got to eat. Let's see. It says, the benefit of the doubt is the act of trusting someone or believing their statement, even when you lack evidence or have suspicions, by choosing to assume good intentions or innocence. It acts as a vulnerability loop where providing initial trust encourages others to behave in a trustworthy manner, strengthening relationships. So, we're about to talk about the key aspects and benefits of giving or receiving the benefit of the doubt. And then, if I have time, I also want to talk about what did I want to do? Hold up. I also want to talk about what are some of the risks of giving someone the benefit of the doubt, because that's not always a good thing. And it's not always a bad thing. It's just a thing that I want to talk about. All right, so we just read the definition that they gave us. Let's talk about what are the key aspects and benefits. How many did they list for us? They listed 4 key aspects and benefits of the benefit of the doubt. And then they also gave us like 3 examples. So the first one says encourages trust and positivity. Benefit of the doubt encourages trust and positivity, meaning choosing to believe the best rather than the worst creates a more welcoming and supportive social world because we live in a society, right? Right? You don't want to walk around just being a cynic. And you don't want to walk around silly either, but you don't want to walk around as a cynic. That's for the birds. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully StreamYard doesn't kick me out because it does that sometimes. I don't have my headphones in, but hopefully you can hear me. The second one, it says fosters better relationships. And we're going over the key aspects and benefits of the benefit of the doubt. Fosters better relationships. By giving the benefit of the doubt, you can improve teamwork and personal connections. And let me know whether it's in the chat if you come in or in the comments on the replay. What are your thoughts about what I'm talking about? And then I'll respond and we can talk about it. Duh. Okay. The third one they give us, it says offers a second chance. This concept is often used to give someone a chance to prove themselves, especially if they are trying to improve, such as quitting a habit. Offers a second chance. This concept is often used to give someone a chance to prove themselves, especially if they are trying to improve, such as quitting a habit. Well, yeah, nobody's perfect. Okay. So that would be giving someone the benefit of the doubt. If they deem themselves not worthy of something or let you down or whatever the case may be, but they not only verbalize, they show that they are trying to improve whatever it is they need to improve on. Why not give them benefit of the doubt? And then if they mess that up, that's completely on them, right? Or if you're on the other side of that, if you're given a second chance to improve yourself and show yourself worthy of whatever it is that you obviously dropped the ball on the first time or first go around, and if you still gonna be a butterfingers and drop the ball again, then that's on you, right? Okay, and we're going over the key aspects and benefits of, I'm assuming, giving someone the benefit of the doubt as well as receiving the benefit of the doubt. Okay. And then the last one they give us, it says provides legal slash procedural fairness. It is a principle of fairness similar to innocent until proven guilty, where a person is treated as honest until evidence suggests otherwise. You know? I wonder if you can equate that to the saying, giving someone the rope. I should look it up real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Or handing someone the rope. Not giving. Let me see. How does this go? Let's see. What they mean. No, you might not be able to equate that, the two. Maybe. Let's see. Because it's when I looked it up, it says give someone enough rope and they will hang themselves is a proverb or expression meaning that given the opportunity, a person will fail on their own merits or suffer the consequences of their own actions. I guess you can say that because it says fail on their own merits and suffer the consequences of their own actions. So it's not something that you are putting into motion or something that you are doing to them, right? You're just giving someone the space and the opportunity to show you what they're working with, how they coming, what they're gonna do with the free will God gave them. So I guess you can kind of equate the two a little bit. Nothing crazy though. Let me see. Yeah, because it says it's a principle of fairness similar to innocent until proven guilty, where a person is treated as honest, until evidence suggests otherwise. right? Like, I hear you. I'm take your word for it. And ultimately, we're going to see if your word is bond or not. Right? And then once you see what you need to see, the onus is on you to decide what you want to do about what it is that you done saw, what was revealed to you, what was shown to you. Okay. Hey, SBK, good afternoon. How you doing? Well, I hope. Thanks for coming. Yeah, the onus is always on us, you know, even if we don't want it to be. For the most part, the onus is always on us when dealing with situations and people. Dang, can I keep this live up? I'm good for deleting. Because I did a live and we were talking about what does it mean to see through rose-colored glasses. Dagnabbit. I may have to circle back to that. Why did I delete that live? It may have been for the best. And I'm good for just doing some spring cleaning. It don't even have to necessarily be a reason. I'll delete it if I want to. Anyhow, yeah, the onus is ultimately on us. And a lot of times, if it's something or someone that we care strongly about, we okay. SBK, are you still here? How's your day going? So we went over the key aspects and the benefits. Now let's go over these examples that they gave us, which, like I said, is 3 of them. Hopefully you guys are able to get something out of this because I was going back and forth trying to decide what topic I wanted to bring this to an end with. And it wasn't a long series. Something light, but all right. I think 5 episodes would suffice. So the first example is assuming a coworker missed a meeting due to a genuine emergency rather than neglect. I mean, because unless they are a habitual liar and they just have a pattern of lying all the time, and you know for a fact that they're lying because it was confirmed, not just because this is what you're thinking, you know, why would you just go straight to the negative? And to keep it a bean, unless the position you hold pays you to be worried about why somebody didn't show up to a meeting, who cares? That's on them. You know, I can understand how it can be annoying if it's a meeting that you would rather not attend yourself. So naturally, you're going to be on some hate and stuff like, oh, if I got to be here, everybody should have to be here. But really, eh, regardless if that person was there or not, wouldn't you have had to attend? Or wouldn't it have been expected for you to had attend? So who cares? You know, that may be one of the things like we talked about when I did the episode 3, knowing what to ignore. That's something that you don't allow to get your quote unquote panties in a bunch about, unless you're getting paid to be worried about that. Otherwise, either way, you had to be there. That's on them. For that example, I would say. The second one, it says believing a friend's apology even if you are skeptical. Mm, Believing a friend's apology even if you are skeptical. Well, if this person is your friend and not your associate, which we also talked about, okay, cool beans. I hope work is going well and everyone is staying in their own little lanes. When it comes to that, which I forget what live we spoke about this, it's very important to know and recognize what quote unquote category you are supposed to place people that you have in your life, whether that's people that you just got to be cordial with in passing, whoever, you got to know. So that way you can have a clear understanding as to what to expect from them, what shouldn't be expected from them, all of that, right? So if somebody's your friend and they do something to you to the point in which an apology is given, why wouldn't you think it's coming from a genuine place? Why would you be skeptical about the apology that is being handed to you from your friend? And if you are skeptical, you can still give someone the benefit of the doubt while still opening your mouth, because it's nothing worse than accepting an apology that you're not really digging, because that's fake, you know what I mean? So whatever it is you're skeptical about, you can voice that while still acknowledging and appreciating the apology, and then a conversation can get had, can be had if this person is truly your friend, is what I would say about that. And then the last example that they gave us, it says giving a new employee the benefit of the doubt when they make a mistake in their first week. I mean, come on. Why not? And my motto is you're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. So if someone new starts at my job, I don't expect them to have everything down packed in the first week. Um, I do expect you to have a full understanding of what your job title is and how to do your job and what's expected and whatnot. By the time you get your second paycheck, I do expect that. I expect you to open your mouth if there's something you're not getting or if you need help with something. And I expect whoever's tasked, whether that's me or whoever's tasked with training you, number one, I expect them to do their part fully. Because if they're doing their part fully, there really shouldn't be any issues if the person that started is able and willing to learn, you know? And even if they don't perfect whatever it is, I need you to have a full understanding and ability to do your job. So why wouldn't you give someone benefit of the doubt? That you would just be a word or a B hole. Or a B word, excuse me. I would think for that. All right. So we went over what the definition is of the benefit of the doubt. And like I said, I'm assuming both giving someone the benefit of the doubt as well as receiving it. We went over the definition. We went over the key aspects and benefits of that. And then we just went over a few examples. Okay. And then I also want to touch on Which, to be honest, we'll probably just touch lightly on it. I want to touch on what are the risks of giving someone the benefit of the doubt, or them giving you the benefit of the doubt, depending on what type of time you choose to be one. Hold on. Why wouldn't it be? Hey, Cheeks. Why wouldn't it be? Especially for you. You know, my bias is strong when it comes to you, girl. Don't tell nobody. Shh. It's a secret. And how are you doing? Well, I hope. Why wouldn't it be safe, girl? I'm kidding. Hello, babe. I'm not. All right, let me see what time I got my alarm set for so it don't scare the crap out of me. Okay, nothing crazy, crazy. Nothing crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's see. I'm well in yourself. I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing good. Small stuff You can't hear me? What the heck? Are you lying? You better not be fibbing. What the helly? I just started it, rebooted it. Lord. What you mean you can't hear me? Did you hear when I went over? When I just went over? Or was I talking to myself? StreamYard is annoying. Ugh. Loud and clear. Now, the fudge. I'll read it again, just in case. And then this is just lightly touching on what are the risks of giving someone the benefit of the doubt, or them giving you the benefit of the doubt, depending on how you choose to move. And it says, that word is so funny to me. Ambiguity. Giving someone the benefit of the doubt, assuming good intentions despite ambiguity, risk emotional harm, manipulation, and broken boundaries. And like I was saying, I don't know if you guys heard me, but this part especially with chronic offenders, okay? It can lead to ignoring red flags, enabling toxic behavior, and eroding, which is crazy work, self-esteem. Eroding, meaning just breaking down layer by layer until there's no more self-esteem there, which is crazy. While it can foster better relationships by avoiding excessive mistrust, it is dangerous when ignored evidence suggests a pattern, like a pattern, not a one off situation or a two off, a whole pattern of selfish behavior. And they really go into it, but I don't have the time to dive deep, but that's okay because I suggest people do their own research as well if you're feeling froggy. Okay, you said nothing, right? Dang. Dang. That's crazy. Crazy work. Hopefully, you guys were able to get something out of this. I was. You said I heard you that time. Good. Cool beans. Cool beans. And hopefully, you guys were able to get something out of this whole series because I didn't just do it for my health. And do you guys have any issues giving people benefit of the doubt? If you want to answer that, you could talk about that. And then it's kind of like sometimes lived experiences. Hold on. Hello? Hello? You said you don't know. I dig it. Sometimes lived experiences and dealing with folks kind of hardens you if you let it. And then all that does is ultimately mess it up for the next person who may have genuine intentions for you. They also said respect should be earned and not given, so it kind of depends. Yeah, it's tricky. Very tricky. Very, very tricky. So I definitely believe when somebody show me what they're working with, I'm gonna believe you. But it also sucks because I also give people benefit of the doubt, and sometimes folks will disappoint you. But then, like I talked about in episode, let me see. Dun, dun, dun. Well, no, not an episode, but like I talked about yesterday morning, if and when you do give someone the benefit of the doubt and they do let you down, you still have the ability to have a stronghold on your emotions. No, I dig it. And really, I'm just speaking in general. But no, for sure, because it's YouTube. It's YouTube. It's so much easier to bank somebody on YouTube than in real life. Depending, you know? Like, for example, say if there's somebody on YouTube that I feel the need to bank, meaning block, but but we dwell in common areas, you know, I can bank them and still dwell where I dwell, and them dwelling there doesn't affect me because I'm not privy to whatever it is that they're saying or what they got going on, and vice versa, right? Unless they're weird and have multiple accounts. And then I just bank them as they come, unless they just watch it from afar and don't say nothing to her about me, right? And then it's easy. So I bank you, and the only way I'm gonna see what you say is if wherever we're at, they choose to highlight it, which that could be annoying sometimes. I'd be like, whatever, right? But it's really no sweat off my back, as opposed to it being somebody in real life. And if we're somewheres where we are, or it is needed to be cordial because we just have to be here around each other, even if we don't rock with each other, that can get tricky because I can't really bank you the way I would on here. I'm good for grounding people from you and telling them don't speak to me unless you have to. I have done that. I don't have a problem doing that. I don't learn how to do that in the most respectful of ways, especially when there's legit reason as to why. So that's always a thing. But as far as just you not having the ability to say anything to me directly, it's easy to do that on here. And I love it. I do a little dance when I do it. Because if I thank you, it's for a reason. You did something bank worthy. That's how I look at that. Hold on. I mean, I could ignore, and some I do, but if I don't want to, And I know I don't have to. I just thank you. If I don't rock with you, and if I know you don't rock with me, I don't really feel it necessary for you to be privy to anything I got going on. For what? What is the reason? Hold on. Okay. You said I can be cordial always. Do it. Duh. Duh. I tried being cordial last night and still got cussed. Girl. No, no, no. No, no, no. I'm curious to see your block list. Listen, I do a little dance. Sometimes it's a little shimmy. Sometimes I do the heel toe on mofos. Whatever I'm feeling like. I might Harlem shake. I might do the robot. I don't care. Because if I blocked you, you did something. Okay? Got him. And I don't much care if somebody blocks me either. Who cares? Because if you did it for a reason, I'm sure. And that's not my business. That's between you and the Lord and you two. And to keep it a being, if someone got me blocked, it's because truth hurt, don't it? Ain't it? That's why I just encourage people don't take offense, take heed, as well as if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay? If you a head ass, you a head ass. That's not my fault. It is what it is. Okay? I don't care about being blocked. But I'm out of here. Thank y'all. Hope you have a great day. Bye.